So in the last question that I answered, what is minute? I had stressed on the fact that minute is more of an evidence and is required when there are two or more people meeting. Because if I'm alone, whatever I think, I decide. There is no one to counter whatever I've decided. The minute becomes more of an evidence of our discussions when there are two or more persons meeting. That has to be clearly noted, right? It has got more significance. So similarly, when you have a company, what happens? Minimum two persons are required. So there will be at least two shareholders, at least two directors, right? So the power in a democratic setup. Similarly, in the case of company or say the society, minimum seven members will be there, minimum five governing body, the office bearers will be four minimum. So wherever there are more and more people, where the decision has to be taken by consensus or majority, minutes holds a very high significance, right? So in the case of companies, we will make minutes of the board meeting whenever the board meets. In the case of the committee of the board, we'll again have a meeting, minutes of the committee meetings. Then in the case of shareholder, which we ordinarily hold at each year, that is annual general meeting, it will be meeting of the general meeting or meeting of the shareholders. Then maybe whenever you happen to have extraordinary general meeting, you will also have the minutes of this. The moment there is a meeting, the minute has to be done. Right? Minute has to be drawn, minute has to be recorded, properly signed and serially numbered, and each meeting record has to be preserved till the time the company which is incorporated, say 100 years ago also, they would also have kept their meeting records, minutes intact in terms of volume. Why? Because if anything has to be ascertained for the past, the minute becomes the evidence, right? So it has to be preserved, it has to be secretly kept, it has to be kept in safe custody. You have to see that the rats are not eating, you have to see that it is not actually depleted, it is properly bound, and it has got properly numbered. No one is going to, change without any authority. All these precautions have to be taken in the case of mail. Right? In the case of companies, there is already secretary standard which mandates how to maintain headaches, right? With respect to board meeting, with respect to the shareholder meeting. It's a very good standard that could be also replicated and used in the case of society or the trust meetings. However, they are not exactly to be copied or used. The reason is that they are separate legal entities. So trust has trustee, which is governed by Indian Trust Act. There is no director or shareholder there. It's only a board of trustee. In the case of the society, you will have two bodies again, one the board of directors or governing body, or say managing committee, and the second one is the shareholders or the members, which are called the general body. So there also you have two types of minutes, right? There also you can have committee minutes like project committee, donation committee, or say event committee. Anything can happen. So minute must be maintained, must be written, must be serially numbered, must be kept sacred, and must be only used by authorized persons. And a copy of it can be, extracted, certified by the office bearers, which ultimately is used at different places. Like you want to open a bank account for a company, the banker wants you to give a resolution, certified copy of the resolution. But resolution is passed where? In the board meeting. And where it is part of the minutes. So the minute book once made, a extract of that is supplied as a certified copy to various authorities. So bank or GST or say excise or some other parties wherever you want. And that's why minute book writing, minute book maintenance is becoming critical part of the company secretary, chartered accountants, or even the governing bodies of the associations that there are, right? So for example, presently the Ram Mandir case, it's a trust. Now there also there is a problem. So because there are many people, it's a public. Wherever there is a public interest, it holds more significance, right? So we have to maintain primarily all the meetings minutes, governing body, member for Janata Society, board of directors, and the shareholder or member for the company. That has to be separately maintained. Thank you.